Hello fellow surfers, welcome to FlavourTasters, the food beverage review channel and all things related to food, beverage, health. The reason my intro's a little buffer, I've not got cold, just nasally. And sometimes it gets like here and it's a little bit off-putting. However, boom. Now, I couldn't find if I've reviewed this or not, so I'll go do it again. Let's see. If I have, that's if I have. No, my days, sorry. So, let's listen to the click. Oh, beautiful. Anyway. Triple Haze by Brewdog. Just to make sure, let's just go 1 second. Let's see, put that brew. Oh my days. So no, we haven't done a review on this. So, oh my days is. Anyway, right. Oh. Nice head coming from it. Not too big, not too small. Okay, right. So as you can see, it's a hazy, creamy looking lager. I can get actually the aromas. Woohoo! My nose isn't too blocked, maybe it's just going away. Who knows? Woo. If you ever see me out and about, feel free to take a couple of these and give them to your friends. FlavourTasters business cards. Anyway, so a grapefruit kind of aroma from what I can pick up. A sweet grapefruit or a blood orange kind of bitterness, sweetness that's there. Yeah, look at that, man. Look at how beautiful the colours looking. Nice. Yeah, and I think this is like a 5. Is it? Where's the 9.5? Blimey, Gordon Bennett. Anyway, so 9.5 volume. Don't go over the top with this. You don't want to be like damaging any body parts or getting too drunk. Be very wise in relation to what you drink, but let's get this as a. Maybe that's not a thumbnail. I'll try this. I don't know. People, you see, I'm single, right? So if a woman looks at this, say, "Oh, I'll go check them out," they see the face there. Unless they've got the same kind of humour that I've got, they're going to think, "What a weird guy! What a weird guy!" All that, right? But anyway, back to the review. Stop you trying to flirt with the ladies. Anyway, right. So, a nice thickness, a nice fuzz, yeah. It's an IPA. It's not your general kind of lager in the sense that it's just like hops or barley or those type of things, just general kind of flavours. You only get like one kind of note with a little bit of maybe some lemon or lime. Wherefore this has a strong, bitter, either grape, and I'm leaning maybe it's a mixture of grapefruit or a blood orange. Do you know what? Let's test my palate. Come on, let's test my palate. Brewdog Triple Hazy notes. So, Triple Hazy Jane is a wash with a melee of soft, ripe fruit flavors. Well, it's got peach and mango. You can clearly pick those up. I'm trying to find the bitter notes. Let's see. Soft ripe, soft melee of ripe flavour spanning from peach to mango to apricot. But the one that I'm looking for is the bitter notes beneath the juicy hops, and that might be where the might be a mixture of the hops, because there's a hops have a bitterness to it. Maybe it's a mix between the hops with, what would that be? I don't think it's mango. Yeah. The bitterness has come from hops. Let's see if there's anything else. So it's only got those as notes. So maybe it's just strong in the hops, and it is a light bitterness, a light sweetness of the mango. That's kind of like having that similar kind of blood orange, or like the bitter big red orange that you get. That's bitter. It's predominantly bitter with a little bit of sweetness. I think the sweetness is coming from the mango, and I knew there was a flavour of peach. You could tell there's a flavour of peach, but I wanted to try and get through the sharpness of what the bitterness was coming from. I didn't actually expect it to be that much bitterness from the hops. Normally, with when you've got hops in a lager, there's a slight bitterness. This is relatively strong. It's nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's way too bitter. It's actually nice because it's got a nice sweet mix. The flavour, the kind of feel on the tongue, the creaminess. But for some reason, I'm getting blood orange. Yes, or grapefruit. Is there grapefruit in Triple Hazy Jane? Yes, there is. So, according to AI overview, anyway, yes, Brewdog's Triple Hazy Jane at 9.5 ABV, New England Triple IPA is commonly described as having grapefruit notes in its taste and aroma profile. Let's have a little read of what more. Key details regarding the flavour of Triple Hazy Jane. Flavour profile: the beer is described as a melee of soft, ripe fruits spanning from peach to mango, which we've talked about, to apricot, with a low background of bitterness, grapefruit presence. Reviews and tasting notes indicate a punchy taste with a fair amount of the flavour, and overriding taste being grapefruit. So that's what I was getting from. I think the sweetnesses I'm getting from are from the other fruits. That's why I was thinking, could it be a blood orange? It's either a blood orange or it's a grapefruit. The aroma is characterized as being citrus, specifically mentioned grapefruit, lemon, and orange peel. But there you go. So the backing, it's orange, but I would say it's probably mixed an orange peel with grapefruit, possibly a sweetness from the mango that's giving me a little bit of that possible blood orange kind of feel. but definitely grapefruit. Pardon me. There's definitely a grapefruit standing out here. Hop character as a high ABV, heavily dry hopped beer. It features a strong, juicy, and citrus-forward character, typical of Hazy Jane series. So even the hop has a bitterness. Then you've got that feel of a grapefruit, which we've just talked about. Now, while it is a strong grapefruit flavour, it is distinct from Brewdog's Elvis juice, which is especially brewed with actual grapefruit peel. So it's different, or distinct, should we say, to that version. So the flavour's there, and it's probably come from the hops, but it does have that flavour on the palate. It's always good to be slightly right, especially when you're doing reviews. You don't want your reviews to be like, whoo, you know what I mean, all over the place. Yeah, so it's got like the bitterness slightly at the front of the tongue and at the kind of back of the palate. So I'm going to give it a score. I actually quite like this. I think a lot of people may not like the bitterness. So I'm trying to take into consideration other people's palates as well. If you like a strong bitterness, not necessarily like a sour kind of bitterness. It's not that strong. It's just a sharpness at the back, a little bit of front sometimes. If you like that kind, I think this would be a 8.2 beer lager. If you're not a big fan of it, I'll probably put it still as maybe it's a 7.5 upwards, depending on your bitterness kind of tolerance, I guess. Even if you're not really strong with bitter, it'll probably be a sweet, like a creamy lager. It's not one of those that are crisp and then say just rests and then it rolls down like maybe it's like not a Stella Artois unfiltered, like a Stella Artois that's not unfiltered. Maybe it's a crisp, even like a Budweiser. That's like kind of a little bit crisp, but it just rolls down. You know what I mean? It's not like that. It's a kind of a heavier lager, IPA. It's a heavier, more fruity, sweeter, and bitter drink, just like many. Now, some of the other ones that you can actually get a version that's just Hazy Jane without Triple Hazy Jane, which will be less creamier, I guess, and less stronger. That might be the one to go for you, and I'll do a review maybe hopefully in the near future. But yeah, for me personally, I would probably put it in a, because I like it, but I'm trying to take into consideration like the palate of, even if you're wanting something different and it's a high kind of alcohol rating type thing. It's either a 7.9 or an 8. For me, because I like it, I'm going to give it an 8. But I can see people who like bitter lager IPAs liking this to an 8.3, 8.5, maybe it's at a push. But personally, I think it's like an 8 or a 7.9. And that's taken into consideration people who don't like bitter, but they're like, I'm going to push myself, I'm going to try and get used to that kind of flavour. Again, from 7 at lowest, 7.5 to an 8.5 at highest, I'm going to go with a straight up 8 out of 10. If you like this review and you think it's honest, it's fair, and I'm trying to take people's views and opinions probably into consideration, subscribe, hit the notification bell. When you hit all notifications, you stay up to date when we do reviews. Strike the like, share the content, and all the good stuff. You can leave your views and opinions in the comment section below. That is, you can leave your views and opinions in the comment section below, or you can just watch if you find it hard. I'm trying to slow down my dialect as well. I'm trying to make it a little bit more slower. So from now on, I might be a little bit more slower because there's other people that are listening from different countries that are going to find my dialect strong. For example, if I was to push my dialect right now, Harry Walker, how you doing? Like, that's the strong version. I don't speak like that. I've been brought up proper to speak, at least so people can understand. But there's my brothers in Newcastle, should I say brothers in Geordieland, that speak a little bit more nationally, and I'll speak like national power, I speak fast. I'm trying my best to make sure that everyone enjoys the thing, the reviews, while I still stay true to my dialect. So I will try and slow it down a little bit so people can understand. I hope you enjoyed. Anyway, I'm going to finish because I like it. It's a good beer. It's definitely on the same level as Stella Artois. I think I would probably prefer the Stella Artois depending on the season over this. I think this is probably more of a winter drink because it's a thicker. So it's got kind of a more, it feels like it's going to heat you up, as well as the strength of the lager itself, 9.5. It's going to warm you up. So in the winter, this is blowing away the Stella Artois. However, the Stella Artois, I think, is more versatile as a drink, which at the moment, the Stella Artois and the Superbock are the kind of go-to for throughout the year, probably more so the Stella Artois. But this, more so probably back end of autumn, going through to the end of winter. This'll absolutely smash the Stella Artois. But every other part of the seasons, from the back end of winter going into the spring through all the way to the end of autumn, Stella's probably the one that I would go for. So it's generally, because of the amount of space in the year, is a better drink. But like I said, in points, they're the same 8-ish kind of score. So yeah, subscribe and all that good stuff. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, select all notifications, strike the like, share the content and all good stuff. I was going to do a review, by the way, of Sambuca today, but I forgot to take my water bottle to the gym. I was going to go there, come back, get washed, but I've only been in the gym for 30 minutes. So I couldn't do that. So I'm going to get these done. And let me know if you like them. Yeah, it's just creamy on the tongue, man. It's just creamy. If you like creamy and you think of this like Viking, Scandinavian, maybe it's a German kind of a nice rich. I don't want to do accents because people will probably be like, you're trying to be nasty to these people. I'm not. I actually quite like the German kind of a rolling sharpness to the language. I could go ranting, but yeah, if you like the creaminess, the kind of strong, the kind of, you're looking at the past, this is a good drink. If you're not quite the one for the creaminess beer, and you're wanting something just fresh, maybe there's other drinks out there which we've reviewed. Check them out. Check them out. I'm getting drunk. I'm getting drunk. Anyway, you know what to do. Peace. I'm out. Before I talk myself into like